Welcome to our session on articles. In the previous video, we understood what articles are. We learned that articles are words that define a noun as specific or unspecific. Though articles are not considered to be part of speech in English, they definitely form an integral part of English language, a very important aspect. As such, the concept of articles get tested quite often in various competitive exams. Articles are used before nouns or noun equivalents in sentences. At times, they also act a kind of an adjective. There are two types of articles that we use, the definite article and the indefinite article. The definite article is the. The is used before a noun to indicate that the identity of noun is known to the reader. The indefinite articles are a, an. It is used before a noun that is general or when its identity is not known. There are also certain situations where a noun takes no article at all. Care needs to be taken how the indefinite articles a, an gets used. A is used before a noun that begins with a consonant. An is used before a word that begins with a vowel. There are 26 letters in English where 5 are considered to be vowels. A, E, I, O, U. However, care needs to be taken that the indefinite article an precedes only words with vowel sounds. For example, honest. When we use the word honest, H-O-N-E-S-T, though the word begins with the letter H, we still use the indefinite article an in front of the word because the letter H is silent in this word. As such, care needs to be taken where we use these articles. Another word that comes to my mind is university, where though the word begins with the consonant letter U, the sound is not the vowel. As such, we use a university or the university. In this video, we will talk about certain rules that needs to be followed when using articles. Article rules. Rule number 1. If we don't know the identity of the noun, right? So specific identity not known. Then we use a or an in front of count nouns, right? Count nouns and non-count nouns or uncount nouns. Okay. Now count nouns and non-count nouns are a type of nouns. You can get more details about these in our video on nouns. For a quick reference, count nouns are nouns that have plural forms and those that can be counted. For example, a boy, boys. Okay, right? A girl, 10 girls, right? So these are few countable or count nouns. When we are talking about a specific thing, the identity is not known to us. We use a boy, a girl, an apple, an orange. Okay, right? Now, if it is a non-count noun, for example, water. Non-count nouns are those that don't have plural forms. We cannot count them. Example, water. Water does not have a plural form. Okay, so when we are talking about non-count nouns, we don't use articles in front of them if we don't know the identity. The second rule is that if we know the identity, if it is a count noun or a non-count noun, we use the. Rule number 3, for all things in general, we don't use articles. Let's move on and look at what are these all things in general. Places where we can use the definite article the. Here is a list of few things where you can use the. Countries whose names include the words states, kingdom or republic. The United States, the United Kingdom. Points on the globe. The equator, the North Pole, the South Pole. Mountain ranges, the Himalayas, the Andes. Island chains, the Florida Keys, the Pacific Islands. Geographical areas like the East, the Midwest, okay, or the Northwest and so on. Rivers, seas and oceans. The Ganges, the Mississippi River, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Nile River and so on. Deserts and peninsulas. The Thar Desert, the Deccan Peninsula. Groups of lakes, the Great Lakes. Okay, so here we use the in front of these specific pointers marked out for us on this slide. We do not use the before the names of countries, right? Okay, now here I have mentioned countries, but generally the is not used in front of any proper nouns. If you're talking about any person, right, you're talking about a particular person, of course. However, you don't use the in front of the person's name. Okay, whenever we refer to say Mahatma Gandhi, we never say the Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, or if we talk about Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, we never say the Pandit Nehru, right? Okay, we always just use their name. Okay, the same concept applies to countries, continents also. They are all proper nouns, right? There are specific names given to them. For more information on proper nouns, you can refer our video on nouns. You will get a detailed information on proper nouns there. You don't use the in front of countries, continents, mountains, islands, streets, cities and towns, states, lakes. All of these mentioned here are places which have a specific name or a proper noun. So we don't use the in front of those names. Neither do we use a or an. We don't say a India. We don't say a Gandhi or a Mahatma Gandhi. Right? We also don't use an India, an China. Right? Also is not a usage. Okay? Right? So after going through this video, you need to be able to know more about articles, understand and use different types of articles, understand the difference between using indefinite and definite articles, rules that are particular for indefinite articles an, and usage rules in particularly for definite article the.